In this video, we're going to start talking about routing and creating routes for our various components. Essentially, this means that we want to create navigation so that when we click on these buttons, it goes to different pages. So in this video, I'll be doing a combination of creating those components as well as teaching you how to do routing. The first thing we'll need to do is actually create a component for our home page. So let's practice our skills. Go to the terminal and type ng generate component home. This is going to be our home page. And for the sake of this video, we're going to keep each of our pages very simple, just so that I can show you how to do the core parts of Angular. But again, feel free to be creative. All right, so you'll see we've got this home folder. Let's go inside of it and let's just do some simple things. Let's create a header and we'll say, welcome to my cool website. Okay, this is going to be our home page. Now, what we want to do is start our routing. So go to the approuting.module.ts file and find where it says const routes, routes, and then it has an array. Press enter in the array and create an object. We're going to create a JavaScript object by putting curly braces. And what we want to do is we want a space between everything we write and the braces. That's just the syntax that we use. What we want to do is write path, space, and then in quotes, we're going to write home. Now, what this means is in our URL, we want our website / home. And that's what the path is. It's that / part. And so we just write home, and it knows that there should be a /, put a comma, and then write component, and type the name of the home component. So I'm going to say home component, and I can just press tab on the suggestion. You'll see that it imported the home component for us, which is really nice. Okay, now what we've done, we've created our home component. Let's save this file. What we want to do is link that now to our button. So let's go to our nav, and we're going to go to our nav.component.html. And within our li tag for home, put a space and put router link. Should give you a suggestion. And press equals and then quotes. This is going to say when we click this, it's going to take us to a page. And all we want to do is say home. Okay. Now let's go and check out the page. And let's press home. It appears it did not work, but oh, I forgot, we missed something. So before we do that, we need to go into our, our app.component. No, I'm sorry, our body.component.html. And inside our body, we need to tell it where to put our router. Okay, so I'm going to put a tag in here called router outlet. Router outlet is essentially where the routing happens. So when the routes change, they should change in this box inside of our body. Now let's go and try it out. You can see it says, welcome to my cool website. And in the top bar, it says /home. Now, if we change this to be what it was before, I can show you how the button works. We click home, welcome to my cool website. How cool is that? Okay. Now let's create a few other components for our about and our fun page. And then I'm going to show you how routing works with those as well as choosing a default route. Okay. So let's go to our terminal and create a few components. Let's do ng generate component. Yep, I spelled that right. And we want to create about. And then we're going to create another one right after it's done. ng generate component fun dash page. Okay, it can't be 2 words, so we're going to do it this way. At least I don't believe so. Press enter, and this is going to create our fun page. Now, let's go into each of those pages and just add something real quick. So let's go to our fun page, and let's change this to a header and say, welcome to the fun page. And then we will go to our about page, and we will say h1, welcome to the about page. Great. So we've got that all set up, but we need to go into our router our app routing.module.ts, and we need to add in the paths of those other pages as well. So put a comma, after this object here. Press enter and create another object where we'll say path, about, comma, component, colon. Now start typing about, and it should suggest the about component. And again, it imported it for us. Okay. Now press comma, and let's do it again. Excuse me. Path. We're going to do fun dash page for our path. And then component. And then type fun page component. And there it is. So we've got all of our routing. And remember, we already created the router outlet inside of our body component. So we don't need to create it again. We just need to change the paths and add more. Let's press save. And let's go to our page. So you can see, oh, one more thing. Again, we can't forget this. We need to add the router links to the nav bar. So let's go to nav.component.html, and let's add a router link for each one. So router link equals about for the about page, and router link equals fun dash page for the fun page. Okay, now it should be ready. So we can click on home and see home. We can click on about, see about, and we can click on the fun page. We can click on these and it's going to different pages. You can see it's changing the URL for us, which is really neat. Okay. Now, when you go to this page by itself, it still doesn't show anything, but it would make logical sense that it shows our home page, right? So one more thing we'll want to do with our routing, back to our routing module, is on our home component, we're going to put something else, put a comma after home component, and type use as default. Whoops. It did not seem to work. Okay, hold on just a moment. Whoops, sorry, I went about that wrong. Don't add that property. Let's actually go before our home object, create another object, and we're going to type path is just an empty string. This means this is the place it will go to if they don't type anything after the slash. Okay. Now type redirect to, and we want to redirect them to /home. Okay, and on this one, we need the slash, but not these other ones. Okay, and let's put a comma after that and press save. So now, oh, whoops, I apologize. I believe we need to add our component. Component. And let's see. Actually, the last property we need is not the component, but it is a property called path match. And we want to do a colon, and we want to say full. So what this is going to do is when someone types something or doesn't type something after the slash, we want it to redirect it to the home, and we just say to match that full path of not putting anything. Now, when we go back, let's say we don't type anything after the slash, it'll automatically go home. And then from there, we can go to our other pages. So I apologize, this was a long video, but in the next one, we're almost done and we're going to talk about services. So I will see you in the next video.